What's up, guys? My name is Michelle Giovanni, and I am your spiritual life and business coach, your healer, your mentor. I'm an investor, and I am on a mission to really awaken as many people as possible to the power of their truth, the power of their purpose, and their prosperity. And so today's source message is really talking about the energies that are present. And if this doesn't resonate, throw it out the window, but I'm inviting you to just be open. And with that being said, I also want to give you the heads up that this video is going to have a few curse bombs. It's not personal, it is all love, but it is intentional and there is a purpose for it. So don't tell me that I didn't warn you. If you have children nearby or if you're working in a public setting, put headsets on or save it so that you can come back later. But I invite you to listen to it now, because you know that if you save it, with everything that you're being bombarded with, you might not come back to it. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the Libra energy that is really present for us. We're also going to talk about the moon energy that's really present as well. See, today's Monday the 11th, October 11th. Monday is ruled by the moon, and that's why it's named after the moon. Monday is actually Moon Day, and this day has a lot of people, because the moon is blasting us, it's amplifying this energy. A lot of what arises in us is the energy of discomfort, the things that are out of alignment, the things that we don't want to focus on, the things that we want to avoid, deflect, all of the things. But it's designed perfectly, because Moon Day has you really sit with all of that discomfort and allow yourself to really settle within that silence and open up to receive messages that are being activated from within by presencing and allowing us to actually feel into that discomfort. But most people will avoid, and I'm including myself in that because I've been there as well. So most people will avoid because we've been trained to actually distract ourselves from the pain. So you will focus your attention everywhere else. You will focus and compare, and now we have these gadgets, right, where we'll just start scrolling and numbing ourselves, or we have Netflix, or we have sports, or we have alcohol. But this is the day where you hear a lot of people complaining or just really not happy with themselves. And maybe you're not. Maybe you're around people that are super high achievers and they'll never complain to you. But this is the day where we feel that discomfort and where it's actually activated within us to actually feel into it. But oftentimes in Libra, we start projecting that onto our relationships, to people. And I'm not just talking about relationships with people. We start projecting it on to our relationship with our health, our relationship with our money. We start making up stories. So instead of sitting with the discomfort, we start looking outside of us to where we can hook our attention to actually avoid feeling what we have to feel. And the reason why it's happening in this order is because the Moon Day amplifies everything that's out of alignment, the discomfort that gets to be felt, so that you feel it and you open up space to actually receive the messages that are coming from within, from your higher self, from your spirit team, your guides, your ancestors, that are delivering messages because you are now focused inward into this cocoon. And then you take those messages and you move on to Tuesday, and Tuesday is ruled by Mars, which is all about actioning. And the more you take action, the more you start moving energetically towards your path, your destiny, your dharma, whatever that is for you. And only you can do the work to actually understand what those steps are that you must take. But with Libra season, we start really focusing on our relationships. And when we start understanding this dance and this dynamic that all these relationships play a part in. And again, I'm not just speaking to relationships with humans. There are also relationships with things like money and all different kinds of energies. But all of the energies are coming from the relationship with self. So we start, the codependent ones start focusing, hyper focusing on your relationships. The narcissistic start focusing on yourself. And I'm using these labels on purpose, okay? Because I want to make a point at the end. So stick with me. But here you are in Libra season, really understanding and starting to take inventory of what is working within your relationships, what needs to happen, what boundaries you get to place within yourself to start really nurturing yourself, taking charge of your energy, taking ownership of your path, your destiny, your vision, your plan, your all the things that you really want to start manifesting. And so if you're avoiding feeling this discomfort that arises on these moon days, you start to focus elsewhere. That starts robbing you of your presence and your power. It starts robbing you of the energetic impact that you have over your reality. And so you start giving it to others freely, or any other energies, your money, your lack of money, all the things. You start focusing everywhere but where you get to focus on, which is on you and your destiny and your path, your purpose, your dharma. And so we start labeling the people that start actually showing up with anger or depression or anxiety. And if you are not feeling any discomfort with the way the world is right now, then I hate to say it, but there is a part of you that is gaslighting some aspect within your life that is love and lighting everything as it's all okay and it's all going to be great. And listen, I am the first to affirm, yes, it is going to be all okay. But if you're denying feeling what you need to feel in this moment, then you're operating from half of your true source of power, because you're negating aspects of you by simply focusing on the things that you get to be grateful for and the things that you want to utilize to continue rowing your stream with the utmost ease. But in relationships, we have a dance, and we have all of the emotions that play an intricate role in who we are becoming. And if we negate even one of those emotions, then we're not operating from that holistic, truest nature that we are, from our truth. And so our truth starts becoming diluted, and we start losing focus and power, and we start focusing everywhere else, and we start projecting our shit onto people and relationships with our health, our money, etc. But we just went through mental health day, right? I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, I'm not clear. But mental health day is this beautiful band-aid that we put to bring awareness on people that are actually suffering out loud and that have been maybe dismissed or made wrong in their suffering. And there's so many people that are suffering in silence because they're afraid of the shame that comes along with actually voicing that pain. And so we create mental health day, and we start popping pills, and we use marijuana or alcohol or TV or sex or porn to start again diluting the pain. And so we start numbing it. But here's the thing. When have we as society looked at the environment that that person was raised in or is in that is causing that pain, that suffering? You know, I was kicked out of 4 high schools, and it's funny now because now that I'm this speaker, and you know, when I did youth conferences in Dominican Republic, all of the schools would say that I was their alumni, even though they were the first to like kick me out, expel me. But the funny part is that like not one, or not funny, but the irony of the story is that not one of those schools ever looked into having a conversation with my mother, having a conversation with me as a child to really investigate and get curious about what was happening in my world that was causing me to rebel and to create the scenes that I was doing. Not one teacher, not one counselor, not one principal. But now they want to take credit that and say that I'm their alumni. My point is, it's the same thing we're doing with Columbus Day today. We want to take these holidays off and we want to teach Columbus as this great voyager and discoverer. But is that even true? You have so many indigenous people that are hurting right now because you have the face of this colonizer that stripped them and invaded their land and took everything away from them. And then you wonder why people are angry or sad or depressed. You look at the state of the world, and if you go into certain zip codes, especially in New York, let's go to the South Bronx, you will see how the setup will keep people feeling angry and depressed and enraged because they don't have hope. The way the game is set up for them, they're not feeling like they have any opportunity. And that's the game that wants to be sold on them, right? When they go to these schools and they go to these places, it's like they're preparing them for jail in some way. But we have mental health to celebrate. We have antidepressants to celebrate. There are doctors becoming more and more impatient and harsh with their patients that they're not actually investigating the root cause of their illness or their disease. They're not taking the time to actually do what they took a vow for. And all we can do right now is feel what we need to feel and stop avoiding it and stop dismissing it or stop disinvalidating it because someone else had a worse story than you. No. Feel what you need to feel, and yet don't get hung up on it. Don't carry it with you like a badge of honor. Don't crucify yourself, making yourself the biggest victim. Feel what you need to feel, and then go inward. Breathe. Call back your energy. Call back your soul. Give yourself the time and space to be with that discomfort. Feel what needs to be felt without attaching story, without attaching excuses, without projecting and needing someone to blame. Feel what you need to feel and then check in. What is it that I want to create? What is my vision? What is my purpose in this moment? You may not have it all figured out. You may not have the 5-year, the 10-year, the 15-year, or the 20-year plan. You may not even have this year planned out. It's okay. Feel what you need to feel and then check in. If you had a magic wand and you could create anything right now, what would you choose? How would you choose to feel? How would you choose to show up for yourself, for your family, for your community? And then from that space, create an action plan and honor that action plan as if your life depended on it, because it does. Your word is everything. It is law in your universe. And the more you honor it, and not from the space of like beating yourself up when you're not coming through or where you're out of integrity. No, just being with yourself in such a way that you are taking action every day. You're feeling what needs to be felt. You're being real and raw and honest as fuck with yourself. And then you're making a plan and you're going after that plan with your heart and soul. And you're surrendering at the end of the day because you know you did everything you could. And once you start doing that, I promise you, new possibilities are going to open up. Things are going to start unfolding. Things you didn't even see as possibilities are going to start showing up for you because you didn't give in, because you didn't give up. And so Mondays are to be felt and to allow yourself to feel all of it. And then from that space, whatever needs to be felt, tears will arise, sadness, anxiety, depression, all of it, because we're all connected. We are all tethered as one. There is no separation between you and me. There is no separation between us in America with Australia or Afghanistan or China. There's no separation. We are truly one. And in that space, if you allow yourself to just feel what is coming up for you, then you can give yourself the permission to actually take action and honor what is most important to you. And I'm not saying this like you're going to fix the entire world in one day. I'm not saying this to dismiss real shit that's going on in this world. I'm saying this because if you stay in your light, you are the best solution right now for this world when you stay in your light. But you staying in your light requires you to feel all of it. You cannot just stick to what is good and feels good. You also have to eat the raw carrots and the veggies too. You have to eat all of it. And so submit yourself after you know you've done everything you could. Feel what you need to feel, make a plan, honor it. And the plan might not come today on a moon day. Most likely it'll come tomorrow on Mars day, and you'll be able to share it on Wednesday. But whatever it is, make space for you to be with yourself and to feel the discomfort that needs to be felt so that you create space. And from that space, new ideas, new solutions will be downloaded or uploaded or whatever you believe in, but you'll start being the space to receive the guidance to move you towards your path. We actually didn't curse that much, but I love you guys. Thank you for staying with me and staying to the end. If you got value from this video, share it, comment below what was your biggest takeaway or what's something that you get to feel right now that you've been avoiding feeling. I love you, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.